Hey everybody, hope everything's going well for you. Here's the deal. Tomorrow morning, meeting some friends, co-workers and stuff down in Nashville about 8 o'clock. We're heading South Tennessee to the Warrior Dash. I'm doing a 5K Warrior Dash where we're jumping through mud, climbing over big walls and stuff. But again, as you guys very well know by now, my Jeep being soft top, I don't have a whole lot of secure places to store anything. So I haven't gotten around to making my ammo can console. That's going for the between the front seats. But what I have got a 5.56 ammo can that I'm going to mount to the rear fender well. That's my project for today. So instead of sitting here gabbing so much, I'm going to show you what I got going on. Alright, check it out. Just a standard 5.56. I have no idea what that crap is all over it. But we're making this into a lockable storage compartment that I'm going to mount to my passenger side rear wheel well. So anyway, here's what we're going to use to lock it. And if you guys look around the internet, you can see this has been done to death. But hey, it's a mod to my Jeep. I'm putting it on my channel for everyone to mock me if you want to. So go for it. First thing we're going to do, we're going to mark the center of that hole because we're going to drill us a hole inside there. Alright, here's our hole, just a standard old Sharpie marker. We're going to get in here and just draw us a circle. Kind of give us an idea of where the drill is going to be. I put a dot right there, so maybe an indication of where my center is going to be. It looks about right. Okay, so now we got that marked. And here's the little eye bolt we're going to use for it. And I can't hold the camera and mark this at the same time, but what I'm going to do, I'm about to leave the lid down here. I'm going to lay this across this right here, kind of flatten it out a little bit, or I could just do it like that. Yeah, one way or another, you'll see when I trace it. So hang it like that, and I'm going to take the marker and trace around the outer part here. Then I guess we're going to cut it out. So I'm going to trace this out real quick. Alright, you can see where the rough tracing is, and what I'm going to do is I'll drill the hole for the center of the eye bolt to go down inside there where it comes through here. Then I'll set up the drill bit to drill a hole up here and a hole up down here. At that point, then I'll take my air cutoff saw and just plate connect the dots and cut the slot out. Be right back. Okay, the 1/4 inch hole is drilled for the 1/4 inch eye bolt. Then what I'm going to do next is use me a 5/16 drill bit to drill top, bottom here for the rounded edges. So I'll take the cutoff saw and cut it out. So now I'm going to drill my 5/16 here and here. Alright, you see I got the holes drilled. These are 5/16 holes, and also you see that I couldn't drill straight if I had to. Nah, not that it really matters. So now I'm going to take this, cut, boom, boom, cut my slot out. I'm going to spare y'all the noise on this one. Alright, you see that I took the cutoff saw, I've cut that between hole to hole, made a somewhat nice hole, I reckon. But you can see I got them little tabs sticking right there where the blade didn't go all the way through. Well, it kind of did, but if I was to push all the way through and cut those tabs out, I would have knocked off my roundness up here, and it wouldn't have looked anywhere near as pretty. So what I'll do is I'll come from the back side and dress it up from the back side with that cutoff blade. Then I'll get me a saw, and not a saw, but a file, and dress it up a little better. Alright, got the keyhole, I guess keyhole, whatever you want to call it. It's all drilled, slotted, filed, just like that. And now we take this, goes inside there, and we'll put a washer and a nut on the back side of it, and we'll cinch her down. What I like about this can right here, the top kind of flips right off of it. It's kind of neat. Alright, as I showed you last shot, you stick it through. Got a 1/4 nut and washer on this side. I'm going to take my little ratchet here and I'm going to tighten it down. Now that I've got that nut tightened down on the back side, you can see now I've got this in latching position. I'm going to bring it down. It's not lining up exactly correctly because I guess metal twisted or whatever the case may be. You can see it's not exactly sitting. It's kind of cattywampus to the left there. So what I'll do, I'll stick my ratchet here. Let's start bending and twisting the metal here till it lines up with this right here. See if I can do that and hold the camera. I don't know. We'll find out. Stick it in there. Get it lined up. Let's see what we got. Ta-da! Look at yonder. Now I'm going to mount it in the Jeep. To give you an idea where I'm going to mount it, I'm starting my view from back here. You know, you see spare tire, back door, corner of the tub. Here's where my soft top is, roll bar, right inside here. And obviously I need to wipe some of the mud out. Last weekend I was at the Tennessee Dirt Devil, was out playing, having a good time. So now I'm going to figure out where to position the can in here. Alright, that's about where I'm going to mount it. And I picked that reason because, just for point of reference, see how the wheel right here comes across, and see that spot weld, the corner by hitting right along in there. The reason I picked that position like that, for one, the lid will come up, it clears my sport bar okay, so I can get in there okay. For my soft top, whenever I drop the top, I've got my bars here, and the one that goes above here, they fold back, and you see this little, right here, they lock into this right here, so I've got to make sure I got clearance for my bars to drop inside there. So I make sure that's good. And the other thing too is I hopped up in the back seat and laid my arm right across it and made a nice little armrest back there. So it's a good position. Now you see all this slime, whatever it's on it, I'll take it back off and I'll clean it, paint it later, but I really ain't got time to fool with that today. Alright, and you see right here the character line where it raises up right there, the ribbing, whatever you want to call it. It's running right along the edge of the side of the ammo can. So that's just kind of what I'm using to position the ammo can. So I'm going to pop that top off and drill me some holes here in just a moment. I discovered something when I tried to take the lid off. I couldn't get the lid off. And the reason is why the hinge pins right here, you see how these positioned. The lid had to come up high enough to come over in order to be able to lift the lid off. Well, these little flanges right here was not going to allow that. So what I ended up doing, of course, I moved the can back out. And look at this corner here. See how it's got that nice rounded corner? Now look at this one. I cut a section about, ballpark of 45 degree, whatever. From there to there, till it kind of runs right into this right here, blends right in. I cut that right there off, so that gave me enough allowance that whenever the lid is here and it tilts upward, it clears the edge of the can over there. It allows me to bring it over this way to take it out. So now I can get my drill inside there and drill in some holes to locate it. I showed you how I positioned it, why I positioned it, showed you that little modification to the door because I couldn't get it off. And now I've kind of sort of marked the center lines, and I want to show you how and why. First of all, right, you see that little right there, see that little scratchy line right there? That's where the drill bit walked on me. But the very beginning of it on this end right here is where the center line of that hole is going to be. Then here you can see where the drill bit walked again. And again, the beginning of it will be here, would be where my center line is going to be. And that hole, the spot right there, is where that hole is going to be. And what I'll do, I'll measure from here to there to establish the one over here on this side. Now, how did I come up with that? Well, again, I'll position this like where I showed you before, that corner kind of there, and I don't know whether to look through the camera or looking at the part. Now line this kind of sort of up with that right there and make sure it's straight along that bead line. It kind of get, see how the bead line's kind of popping up underneath it? Move it over a little bit where it's all straight and even with that line. And basically what I did from that point, I'm move the camera side here, I looked at where, well, you can't even see the scratch mark, where the scratch mark here, where the drill bit walked on me, is lined up with the bead here. Now, if you want to get all techie and measure and stuff like that, go for it. Let's see. Okay, you can see right there is where that drill bit center bit. Right here is where the bead rolls up at. there, there. And see, it sits right on top of it. That's really where I prefer for it to go, because that way your screw hole is sitting on top of the bead here instead of down here. Any kind of water that gets inside the tub from that four-wheeling, or you got your top off and it rains, the water's going to come down to the troughs here and not sit on top of the bead. So therefore, there's less chance of water right down inside the screw hole and introducing any kind of rust or anything. And that too, and also, whenever you set the screw down, this bead sitting up higher than this right here, it's actually going to cinch the box to the top of the bead. So that's why I chose what I did. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the box out, I'm going to mark my centers better, that way I can drill them a little bit easier. Alright, they're at the end of my fingertip there, and there is where the centers are going to hit. But what I did was I laid the camera here, got it lined up on top of those ridges, on top of those, those contraptions, on top of the beads. Got them lined up like I wanted them. Then I took drill, went right down through there, right in the center of each one of those holes, and just kind of drilled a little spot. That shows me where the drill bits are going to hit. So at that point, once I figured out where the drill bits are going to hit, I take it off and mark my center here and mark my center here. Now I'm going to take my center punch. This one here is pretty well good to go. That one kind of walked a little bit, so I'm going to take my center punch, put it right on top of those beads there, and finish drilling my hole. There's my holes. There, 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 and there. Now those are small enough that when I put the sheet metal screws through, that it's going to bite real well, and well, it's just going to work. Alright, now the holes that's in the can, we want to open those up to where the shank of the sheet metal screw clears those. You don't want them here to fit here, so we're going to change drill bits. Alright, I took a 5/16 drill bit, I knocked them open a little bit bigger, where I can take, I'm using number 14 by 3/4 hex washer head slotted metal screws, yeah, all that good fancy jargon. Anyway, you can see that, flip it over, get a better look. You can see it gives you plenty of wiggle room in case you get your center lines off on your drill and your fenders. So you got a little bit of wiggle room to get things lined up. Alright, let's put it in the Jeep and screw it down. Alright everyone, you see I got it all screwed down now. She's in there pretty solid. And here's the lid. Check it out. See what, now right there is a corner that I cut off. And what it does, it permits me, it gives me clearance here. Let me work with the camera here. See right there, it gives me a little bit of clearance to drop the hinge in place. Then I move the hinge over. If I get lined up, I'm trying to watch the camera and this at the same time. Alright, I'm doing this one. Hold the camera. There it goes. You see, slid right in place. You know, I can just close it down. Come over here. Got it right there. Close it on down. Snap it shut and put your padlock right there and you're good to go. Now as soon as I find another one, I'll put one on the other fender. For right now, this is all I got. So I need to find me another 5.56 200 round box to match the other side. And like I said earlier in the video, with the back seat in, I can get up here and put the like an armrest. Works out great for an armrest. If you guys notice, I'm actually finishing this video up in two parts because I did have the back seat in it as of when I started this. I don't now because, well, it was getting dark on me, so I come out here to reshoot the video to finish it out. But what I've done was, you notice my shoes over there? Looking kind of rough, ain't they? Went to Warrior Run yesterday, had a blast. 3.9 miles, obstacle course, water, mud, climbing walls, climbing nets. Had a absolute blast. Can't wait to do another one. So I need my little ammo can there to store stuff in while I was out playing in the mud. There you go, everybody. I know it's been done all over the internet. It's different Jeep forums or whatever forums, YouTube videos. But hey, my channel, I did one. I need one from a Jeep, so why not post it for you? Maybe you'll see it on mine first. It's cool, whichever. So check out this video. While you're at it, check out the rest of my videos. And if you want to, go to I've got all my videos stashed at one place, one site, www.fixjeeps.com. Go there and you can see all the videos I have. So go by there and check it out. Bookmark it. It's got a lot of great information there. Diagnostic trouble code list. Lots of good information. Just go check it out. You see for yourself. Everyone, if you like my video, thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe please. Every time I make one of these little videos, you will get an email. And so all of you who have subscribed and left your great comments, I really appreciate it. Really, really do. So I don't know what else to tell you. Go by my website, fixjeeps.com. Check it out. Give me a thumbs up for the video. Subscribe if you haven't. And everyone, most of all, what's most important, I want all of you to have a great day. Peace out. Later.